Tyler Reddick, the driver of the number 45 Toyota from 2311 Racing. And Tyler, congratulations on the victory. How'd everything come together for you and your team on Sunday?
Well, it was a chaotic day, but I really like the backdrop. That's cool. Um, yeah, I think for us, stage one and stage two, we didn't ultimately maximize the strategy, but we did get stage points, which was good. We had a shot to contend for, I think, stage two win. Didn't work out, but yeah, stage three got rolling, and we just kept our tank full, and we were putting ourselves in a position to mix it up if we needed to. And unfortunately, when we all did pit, all the Toyotas, we a good number of us crashed, but that very thing that took out a good number of cars cycled the remainder of Toyotas to the front. We were good to go on fuel, so the rest of the field um, that was almost back to us had to pit, and so we cycled to the front, and ultimately that put us in position to maintain that track position from the final restart to the checker flag. The last lap was chaos, right? I thought it had slipped away there down the back straightaway, but the Fords went after one another, and I just found the gap and kept the throttle pinned wide open.
How do you keep your cool in a moment like that when you're talking about all the chaos it is and maybe things on the back straightaway didn't go like you want, but to get in position to take home that checker flag and avoid that final crash, just how'd you keep your calm and kind of patience in those moments?
Well, I think for us, we've had some rocky and tough outings. And last year kind of got off to the same start for us, but a little bit worse. So, I think for me in the moment where going into three, is about fourth or fifth, still the first car on the outside line, but I was kind of shifted. I had a feeling that at some point they were going to drift up in front of me, and I was going to probably end up having to push another car across the line. So I think the biggest thing for me is I was, as much as I wanted to still win the race, I was trying to be realistic and not not getting a big crash and not start finish line. So I was kind of shifting my objectives very late. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna still try to play this a little bit safe now that we're not in control. I want to make sure that if someone does get together with somebody else, that we have a little bit of a path here to make it through a crash potentially. And if we finish second, so be it. Third, so be it. But as it turned out, it ended up going a different route, and everybody in front of me lost momentum when the 34 got sideways, and we were just able to power through the chaos.
Power through the chaos, you take the checkered flag, and then it's time to celebrate. How meaningful was it for you, first of all, just to get this win at Talladega, knowing what you've gone through before at this track?
Yeah, I've the next gen era for me on speedways has been pretty rough. Up until the beginning of this year, at the duel we had some success and won duel number one, which was really cool. The 500 didn't go great for us. Obviously, we got caught up in a wreck and didn't finish that one as well. Atlanta wrecked on lap two. So for me, speedways have been pretty unforgiving, and it's just been circumstances. But um, yeah, I think for me, it's been a while since I've won at Talladega. I won there a couple years ago in the Xfinity car in pretty dramatic fashion. So it just felt really good to win at Talladega again. Um, it's a track that just, I mean, again, my last lap just all over the place, and then be able to have the circumstances play out like that and win, just your excitement just boils over. And yeah, on top of that, having Michael Jordan be there and taking him to victory lane for the first time just made the whole thing that much sweeter.
Yeah, and of course, we all got to see the video of him carrying your son Bo right to the car in victory lane. I mean, just incredible moments and such a great step forward for this team. It seems like just how much momentum can be gained from a win like this for 2311.
Yeah, momentum's on our side right now for sure. Again, I was kind of had shifted my goals for the remainder of the lap because I knew we were on a good stretch of putting together. We put together four straight top 10 finishes, um, and we were chipping away at the gap to the leaders in the regular season standings. So I wanted to make sure that we didn't finish 27th at the end of that race. So I was just trying to make sure we kept that going. A win is huge momentum, obviously, for us in our group. but being able to knock off that fifth top 10 in a row was also going to be a very good thing too. So I think for us, the big picture of the regular season is really starting to become more recognizable and obtainable for us. So we want to win these races for sure. But on the days that we let slip away, instead of finishing, 15th or 20th, we've got to stay in the top 10 and stay in the top 5 when our car is capable. So we're just going to keep this rolling. I think a couple weeks ago we were about 100 points out of the points lead, and I think we're about 40 out right now. So we're moving in the right direction, and we got a lot of really good tracks for me and for my team coming up, and hopefully here in another month we're leading the whole thing.
Your team is really unique in the fact that it's co-owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. Denny, I'm sure you got to know throughout the years, climbing your way up from the Craftsman Series, Xfinity, onto the Cup Series. But how about for you, Michael Jordan? I'm sure you grew up like we all did, kind of in awe of him and what he was able to do as a basketball player. We've heard about his love of NASCAR, but what was it like for you getting to know him for the first time and having him support now on race day?
Yeah, certainly. That's one of those guys, legendary guy, right? Accomplished so much, and yeah, the first time meeting him is just like pinch yourself moment, right? Like, holy cow, I'm having a conversation with Michael Jordan about race cars and life and their potential future together. So yeah, it's crazy how life can kind of change and take paths you're not really anticipating at the time, but yeah, for me, that just ended up coming together at the right time. I was looking for long-term security, and little did I know, but Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan were, you know, had me as the guy they wanted to pursue the most. So everything just worked out really well to where, I was able to start a year early at 2311. Um, and now rolling into year two, we're winning races, we're doing a lot of good things, and we're learning a lot along the way. So yeah, just it's incredible to have owners like that. Michael speaks for itself, the things he's accomplished, what he brings to the table, and then having an owner like Denny, who I compete with week in and week out, and have competed with for the entirety of my Cup career and a few Xfinity starts. Been able to learn a lot from him, even before we were working together like we are now. So just having his veteran insight, his knowledge, the amount of races he's won, he's lost, he knows a lot, and brings a lot of positive information to the table that I can learn from. So just I'm in a great place to benefit a lot from my owners and also the other individuals that are part of this organization that have done a lot as well along the way.
You mentioned you like my background. I'll get out of the way for a second. We can kind of see the paint scheme. The number 45 for you, it kind of almost looks like Michael Jordan's look with the Birmingham Barons here in Alabama when he played minor league baseball back in 1994. The Jumpman logo on the hood as well. Just what can you tell us about the look that you had for the car this week in the paint scheme?
Yeah, the car is really sharp. That's one thing Jordan Brand really does a good job of. And, we haven't really picked a trend or a style with the cars. They've done a really good job of mixing it up. I think back to our Las Vegas playoff car, we really got out of the box, nodding to the 8 playoff shoe. And so it's been really fun to see how creative they get with each of their schemes. And like I said, it's a huge honor to be able to take Michael to victory lane, but to do it in a Jordan Brand car on top of that, just you add it all together, it's just a surreal moment.
Well, really great to see. Tyler Reddick, thank you so much for your time with us this week on Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. Congratulations on your win at Talladega. We look forward to catching up with you again in the future, but thank you for your time again.
All righty. Thanks so much.